Do you love art supplies? Perhaps you've considered an art subscription box, or you already get one. As I was cleaning and organizing the studio, I came across this mountain of art boxes I haven't shared yet. So in this video, we'll look at their contents and discuss how I ended up with so many. But am I really done with art boxes? I'll answer that as we see what supplies are here and find out which ones will be integrated into the studio and what's to come of the rest. Let me know in the comments if you get an art subscription box and they pile up like this. In the interest of time, I will not open each box individually on screen. Instead, we will go brand by brand. Let's dive in. First up, in one of my boxes, which was from Let's Make Art, I guess at some point I had ordered a butcher tray palette. And I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, the reason this still sat in its box, because you know I love my butcher trays and I love ceramic palettes, was because when it came in, it was a bit flawed. It was chipped here. It had some blue spots on the mixing portion, which were enameled right into the palette. Those aren't going to come off. And so I was a little less than enthused about it. And yeah, I guess I just left that box to sit. But look at how much more space. There's plenty of good workable space on this palette. There's no reason why I can't use it. That's one supply that is definitely coming into the studio. Next, let's move on to, I had some Upcrate boxes. I have not subscribed to Upcrate in a very, very long time, but I'm just going to get these supplies out, put them on the desk here, and let's look at what I had in these Upcrate boxes. Here are all the supplies that were in the 3 Upcrate boxes that I had. There's a lot of supplies here. Some I'm less than enthused about. Some I'm curious to see how they work. Does that happen to you when you get art boxes? Sometimes they just come in and you're like, I'm never going to use that. Yeah, that happens a lot. And some I would unbox and share with you here from the studio and try to do something with them, but they're just not a medium that I particularly work in, so it kind of makes it hard. But let's look at what I got. And if you get the Upcrate box, you might recognize these, and they are from some time ago. So there was a Koh-i-Noor Hardtmuth, an H pencil. I have 3 pencils. Let's just go through those. So I got the Koh-i-Noor, the Viking, the Lyra Rembrandt B. So those are the 3 pencils from the box. I mean, how many pencils do I need? I don't know. I'm not doing a lot of graphite work these days, but I also am not doing a ton of sketching. Something I do want to get more into, so, you know, who knows? They could come in handy. I'm going to put these in the bin with all the other single pencils. Don't worry. Someday you'll all be used. Next up, I do have some liners. These are both by Sakura. So this one is the Pigma Micron, and it is a 005, which I'm really excited about having because I have one. It is very, very fine, and I can actually use another one of these. This is going to go in the holder right on the desk. And this one is a Pigma BB. I think I have another one of these from a different box, which, does that happen to you guys? Look at that tip. You get different subscription boxes and then you end up getting lots of duplicate items, which is fine if you use the item. That can be great. But if it's something you don't use, well, then you just have more stuff that you don't really enjoy. And I think this can happen to a lot of us who get art subscription boxes. Next up, I have a Pen Touch, also by Sakura. And this is a 1mm, and I'm not unwrapping this, but if this is any indicator, then it's white. I have one of these that was gold, I believe. Yeah, there we go. I did use that this holiday season, or this past holiday season, while I was creating Christmas cards and stuff. So yeah, I have one of those. I know how that works. I like it. This one is white. I'm sure this is going to get used. So it is getting integrated into the studio. Some of these items won't be integrated into the studio as we go through all of these boxes. If it is something that I'm pretty sure I am not going to use, I'm not going to let it sit here and just go to waste. I will donate it or gift it to someone that I think would love to use it. And that way there, it wasn't really a waste. Stay with me though. We're going to talk about what I think about the art subscription boxes and why you haven't really seen me unbox many at all on this channel lately. So here we have the Winsor & Newton Pro markers. This came in one of the box. So this was pretty much from box. This was a box and this was a box. And the Winsor & Newton Pro marker, I am definitely excited to give these a try. These have a little tiny bullet there and a chisel there. So we've got the Pro markers. There's a few colors. I've got gold, and you see the designs are different. So I'm assuming that this happened during a branding change. This one is berry red. I've never used the Winsor & Newton Pro markers before, so I'm looking forward to giving these a try. This is henna. Then we have pale pink, cool gray 3, and cool gray 4. So there is some of those. Do you use these? Do you like them? Drop me a comment and let me know, because yeah, I've never tried these, but I'm looking forward to it. And then we have some Bristol paper. I just ordered some Bristol. So I'm happy to give this one a try. This is by Talons. And of course it was made co-branded with Acrylic. So by Royal Talons, 20 sheets, and it says 18 millimeters by 210 millimeters. It's 120 pound, 246 grams per square meter. It is a size 85, and I will definitely be giving this a go with some markers, because I do have some ideas for markers coming. And so if you like markers, stay tuned to the channel, because I'm going to have a few videos for you at the beginning of this year. And yet those are coming. I am in the process of those now. So these are definitely getting integrated into the studio. Next up, we have some acrylic markers. These are by Edding, and some paper. 2 of this size nib, 2 of this size nib, this one, and then this one, because this is a double-ended. These are colors that I don't normally work in. Black I would. This one might get integrated into the studio. Look how big and chunky that is. That's a big marker. But these, yeah, I just don't know. I'm not even going to open these, because like I said, this will probably be one of those items that I gift or donate. I would probably gift it as a set. So this is acrylic and oil artist pad. And I think that those together, for somebody who might be really interested in like acrylic paint pens and stuff like that, this would be a great thing to gift. And I may just leave the black in there and do the whole thing. So that is acrylic paint markers. I have some Poscas. I use them very little. So for these to just sit here, they would sit here for a very long time, possibly dry out, and yeah, I think that's a waste. These are going in the gifted, donated pile. Next up, we have some acrylic paint. The Liquitex Soft Body I have been wanting to try for a very long time. These are definitely getting integrated into the studio. And these, the Amsterdam paints, this is titanium white and reflex yellow, which is so very bright, almost fluorescent. I don't know how much I will use this color, but it's just a tiny tube of it, so I think good to have. These are definitely getting integrated into the studio. In fact, if you follow me, I just shared the pictures as I was organizing my studio for the year. I was gifted a chest of drawers, and in my top drawer is all of my professional quality paint, and I would consider Amsterdam and the Liquitex to fall in that category. These will be joining the top drawer paints, and this one is muted turquoise and muted violet. I really like these colors. Acrylic painting is something that I haven't done very often on the channel. And here is a palette knife. Now I have so many palette knives. If I already have one this size, this will go into the donated or gifted pile. If I don't have this size, then it'll get integrated into the studio. So there is that, and that is by Talons. You see they have their branding right there. And this one is a Lineo 573. This is a size 8 flat or bright. This is definitely going to get integrated. I think I might put this into my gouache brushes. I am starting a collection of brushes that I think would be great for gouache. This is definitely one of those. So yeah, this might go into my gouache, or the other thing I don't really have is a lot of short-handled acrylic brushes. So this is definitely getting integrated into the studio, whether it be for gouache or acrylic. This is definitely sticking around. And then we have 3 samples of paper, and this paper is really quite thick. This has got to be, it's definitely much thicker than like 140-pound watercolor paper. It's probably like a 300. It's very, very thick. But they gave 3 square samples of paper to be able to try the acrylic paints on, and I like painting with acrylics on paper. Do you guys? Let me know. Drop me a comment if you enjoy painting with acrylics on paper. And if you've never tried it, I definitely recommend give it a try. If all you have is watercolor paper, apply a layer of gesso, allow that to dry, then give it a go, because it can be fun. All of this is getting integrated into the studio. So up next, let's look at the Art Snacks boxes. I had a couple Art Snack boxes left over in here that had not been unboxed. And you know, it's been a long time since I've received Art Snacks too, so I have no idea what is in these boxes. So I have got 2 of these, and I again am not going to subject you to me opening each box individually and pulling out every item, but I will, just like magic, pop these out on the desk and we will take a look. Here we go. The snacks from Art Snacks. You know, if I would have opened this way back when it came, I probably still would have been consuming sugar. And I love Swedish fish, but now I wouldn't touch these. I wouldn't even dare. I have no idea how old these are. These are going in the bin. Let's get to the supplies. So first up, one of the boxes, I would have been so thrilled to try this box. But let's see, I have a kneaded rubber eraser from Prismacolor. That is a bit dried out. I don't think that's ever coming back. Yeah, this one is no good. I'm sure it probably was when it came. I can't say because I didn't open the box, and it has sat here for a very long time. If you get Art Snacks and you recognize this box, you're probably thinking to yourself, that is definitely an old box. Or maybe you get them and you don't even recognize the box. It's that old. It has been quite some time. So this is going to also go in the bin. Next, we have some Sennelier pastels. 6 demi pastels. These are half pastels. And the colors there's kind of a glare. Sorry, I don't think I can make that any. But they're blues. I am definitely going to put these with my other pastels, and these need to get used this year. This is definitely integrating into the studio. There are some more pigment micron pens. This has a 01, 05, and a 10. So these, oh, and they are gray. These are gray. I was just going to say that I was going to put these in my bag to possibly gift because I have so many liner pens, but I just realized these are gray. These are definitely getting integrated into the studio. Then we have some toned paper by Fabriano, and this is clay colored. So you can see there on the side, we kind of have a little bit of a glare. I'm not opening this paper because I don't know when I'm going to use it. And yeah, I just want to keep it pristine until such time that I can get there. But I will definitely be giving this paper a try. I'm really anxious to see how it is and what I like to use it for. This is 15% cotton. 8¼ by 11¾ is 85 pound. Yep. This is going to get integrated into the paper supply, and let's just see what was in the little wrap from this one. We have, of course, the art snack sticker, which is probably permanently curled because it's been curled for a very long time. And another Pigment Micron 01. This is an even lighter gray. I don't know if this would actually show up on this paper. Again, I'm not giving it a try because, and that's probably why we got the gray ones in this box, because this, the color, and then if you sketched out your design and went in with the pastels, your sketch is just going to disappear. And then this one is a pencil. Zebra 2B MLP squared. Oh, I love it. And I don't know where I would get replacement leads for this. I'm sure maybe I could find them somewhere, but it is a wide flat pencil lead. You guys can see that. I can get it to focus. It's flat and wide, kind of a little chunky. That's interesting. I think this one's going to get integrated into the studio because, you know, it's a different, unique type of supply. So that's getting integrated. Next up, I had this set of Copic multi-liners, and these are black, and they are a 0.03, 0.05, 0.1, 0.3. So kind of some standard fine nib inking pens. They are black. I'm going to put these in with my stack of fine liners. Maybe I'll do a video comparing all the fine liners that I have. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch. Am I going to save it? Am I going to integrate them? The verdict's still out on that one. I don't know. So I'm setting those to the side. Then there are two, the Zigzag book by Hanamulla. And there's a little tiny one, and then this one. And if I'm not mistaken, these are the ones that open up like accordion style. So you could do like one big long spread in one book, and it has the little tiny one and the big one. It's kind of a novelty, and while I do like Hanamulla paper, I don't know that I'm going to use this. So I think this is going to go, I think it'd be a great gift for somebody. I think this is going to go in my gift it or donate it bin. If you have ideas for these, drop them in the comments and let me know. Maybe I'll change my mind, but for now, this may be gifted or donated. I'm really curious though to see, do you use those? Do you like them? And what do you create on them? All right, here we have another by Edding acrylic paint marker. This is 5 to 10 millimeters. This is a big honkin' nib. You see that chisel tip in there. It's pretty big. And the color is Elegant Midnight. I'm just going to take this and immediately put it with the other acrylic paint pens because I think that this will make a nice addition to those. All right, then we have a Mono Twin. And this one, it's a 0.4 and a 0.8. I'm gonna have to test it out and see if I use this, is it waterproof? Does it dry waterproof? If it doesn't dry waterproof, this is gonna go in the gift it pile because really most of the work I do is with water soluble media. So if I'm using one of these, chances are I need it to be waterproof. And if it's not, I'm gonna gift it. So that is being set aside to check. Now these, we have the Tombow acid-free Tombow ABT, and I have some Tombow markers, and these, of course, I will definitely hold on to. These are going to be integrated into my collection of Tombow markers. So yeah, happy to have those. And of course, the other end has the really fine, the finer bullet tip. All right, and again, of course, the sticker. So there you have the art snack boxes. Some of it we're going to integrate, some of it we're going to donate or gift. And let me clear this out of the way. And we have a stack of Petful boxes. A big old stack. in just the 5 boxes, I have a mountain of supplies here that I just never got to. And I will say that as I go through these, you'll see the variety that you can get from Paletful Packs, which is one of the things that used to make Paletful Packs my most favorite art box to receive. I've got little like pieces of shreds everywhere. I don't know about you, but when I would get my Paletful Pack boxes with these, I would actually save them. I would put light colors in like bags, zip bags together, squeeze all the air out of them and, to reduce the size. And I would save these to use for future gifting, to stuff bags or boxes or things like that. So I'm going to hold on to these because, spoiler alert, they're the last ones I'm going to get. But we'll get to that in a moment. In one of the boxes, it was full of alcohol markers. So here we have 4 of the sketch marker graphics, and this is a chisel tip and a bullet nib. Okay, and they look like that. I do intend on doing some stuff about alcohol markers here in the very near future. So if you like alcohol markers, stay tuned for that. That'll be coming. And with those 4, there are the colors. They're going to get integrated into the studio. This I'm excited about. This is a Winsor & Newton fine liner. It is a 01. This one is, I'm pretty sure, it's the gray. And I was wanting to try Winsor & Newton liner for some line and wash in watercolor. So not necessarily for an alcohol marker project, but for line and wash. So this is definitely getting integrated into the studio, and it's gray, which means I can do my line work and then paint with the watercolor. And if I don't want my line work to show up so much, this gray is going to make sure that that happens. And then if I did, I can always go back over it with black or something like that. Really excited about having that one. Okay, and then there were some Copic markers. And these, I believe, are all colors that I don't have in Copics. I have very few Copic markers because I don't necessarily work with alcohol markers and can't justify paying the price for these because it's not a medium that I work in often. And I fear they would just dry out. Maybe not, as long as they stay capped, but yeah. So there are some Copic markers. They are chisel tip on one end and the brush on the other. These are going to get integrated with my other colors that are Copic, and I can tell you that I only have, when it comes to Copics, I think 2 other colors. And I had these. So there are 5 new colors I didn't have. So I'm excited to integrate these into the studio, and you're going to see them in this display behind me coming up in a future live stream. So these are getting integrated into the studio, not just for the pretty backdrop, but I might just use these. Next up came the Marabou Graphics marker pad. Now, I already have one of these. In fact, I think it came from Paletful Packs a long time ago, but I have one. I haven't used it yet either, except for maybe when I was unboxing and showing you its box way back when. So this one, I don't know. It depends. If I already have one open, I'm going to use that when I do work with alcohol markers. This, I may just put in the gifted pile because unless all of a sudden alcohol markers take me by storm and surprise me, and I love working with them, I don't think it's something you're going to see me work with often, if hardly ever, on this channel. So all of you alcohol marker fans, I'm sorry. I am giving it a try. I do have a couple videos, so I have 2 new brands that I want to try. I will say that when I tried the ones from Sketchbox, those surprised me. I loved the way they went down. I loved the way they blended, and that was part of my reason I didn't like the alcohol markers that I had in the past. And so yeah, I have 2 other brands that were recommended. I did get them. I am going to try them. Videos are coming soon. Maybe I will like them. I don't know. Still remains to be seen. But otherwise, this will be gifted or donated if it's something, a paper that I just won't use, because I hate to see it just sit here and even though it is wrapped in plastic, collect dust and not be loved and created on. Next up was a box that I can tell you I already have these. In fact, the Kendos Neocolor 2, the aquarellable ones, I've already gifted a set like this, and because I have a larger set. So I had a set of 10, I gifted those. I think I have another set of 10. This would make 3 sets of 10. They all came from art subscription boxes. Duplicate art supplies. Kind of drives me crazy. I mean, you could say fine if you loved them and you used up all these colors and then you'd have a backup. Sure, maybe. But I can order these open stock. I have the big set. I don't use them every day. These are going to get gifted. Not because I don't like them, just because I already have them and I don't want to let them just sit here and take up space when somebody else could be discovering something that they absolutely love. Donate or gift. Next up came another, this is a Stabilo All. This is aquarellable. This is a blue one. And this says paper, glass, plastic, or metal. I have 2 of these actually in my roundabout right here. I have a black one and a white one. I like these. So this blue one is going to go right into my roundabout with these, and this will definitely be integrated into the studio right now. There we are. Okay, next up is a Princeton Heritage round size 6. I am looking, I believe, Princeton Heritage round size 6 right here. It holds a great point. You see when it's first, you see how pointy that is? And this is after it's been used and dried, but if I wet this, it'll come right back. I already have one of these. In fact, I think I have more than one. So this is going to go in my stash because a size 6 is a size. It's one of the smallest sizes I use. I remember when I started, this was a size 6 was actually my large brush. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is so big. Oh, okay. So we learn and we grow. But this is a beautiful brush. So it's going to go in my brand new brush stash. And what will happen is it will either be used as a beautiful gift for someone, or when I wear this one out, I will then have its backup. But this is something that I absolutely do like. That is the Princeton Heritage series. So setting that one aside. And then this I'm really excited to give a try. I need to reach out to Caution Artist at Play and find out if these are ones that she's tried that she likes. This is the Strathmore Mixed Media Board. And it's 500 series. So this is the professional series from Strathmore. So I keep casting shadows from my lights. This has 6 boards and they are 8 by 10. So these would be perfect to create on and throw right into a frame. This is definitely getting integrated into the studio. Yeah, 100% cotton surface. I bet this would be beautiful with some watercolor. I don't know. Have you watercolored on this mixed media board? Do you like it? What do you do on these? Let me know in the comments. What do you do on these? This is staying. This is getting integrated. I'm excited about this. All right, let's switch over here. Next up was a box. And this box I know got pushed to the side because it's oil. And I don't work in oils. I tried it. I tried it once. I didn't like it. And I didn't go back. It's something that was years and years and years ago. But it's something that I have considered giving another go. And I think I have grown as an artist, and it may be something that I would enjoy. But this came with 2, the Robert Simmons sapphire brushes. I like the sapphire brushes. This is in size 8 filbert. And this one is a size 6 fan. This is definitely getting integrated into the studio. I've been wanting one that I could use a filbert for watercolor. I'm going to give this a try. This might just be used over on the watercolor side of things versus oil. As far as the fan brush goes, you know, I'm not sure, but it's going to go in my stash of brand new brushes, and we'll see from there. Plastic palette knives, I have an overabundance of. This is definitely something. This is by Art Alternatives, and these are very flexible. You can use these, like especially like with the point, when you're watercoloring, even for scratching in trees and stuff like that, or grasses, or you know what have you. This one right here, that shape, which has, you know, the different widths. You know, sometimes we cut up old plastic cards to get things that are about this size. You can use this for scratching out rocks in watercolors. So these are something that are useful, but I already have these. So this is definitely going to go into the gifted or donated pile for sure. Next up in that box were these paints by Cobra. These are water soluble or water mixable oils, and they're Cobra is made by Royal Talons. It says a new generation of oil paint. And will I like these? Oil painting without the solvents. I don't know. Have you guys used these? What do you think? Is this something I should give a try? It came with titanium white and ivory black. And then you got the set of 3. I can get this to pop open without destroying the box here. Right? So you got a set of primary colors. I don't know. I think that's a great start for testing it. I do have other water soluble or water mixable oil paints. I've heard mixed things. Some artists love the water mixable oils and some do not. I don't know how I would feel about it because I've never used them, because it just kind of was like, okay, oil painting. I'm less than enthused about that. And I set it to the side. I can tell you that if I don't use them in 2024, these will end up going in the donate gift pile, because it will be a shame to just leave them sit around for years and years and never get used and never get loved. And I just think that's a shame. It also came with a 6x6 classic cotton canvas by Art Alternatives, a 6x6 panel, and an 8x8 panel. These are going to get placed into my canvas collection, and I was just gifted so many canvases. I'm going to have to pick up acrylic paints again this year, because it's a shame to let those canvases all just sit there. So we may see some acrylic painting coming back, making a comeback on the channel in 2024. If that excites you, hit that like button and let me know. Okay, next up we have this box here. This came with a Lenox cotton paper pad. It was designed to withstand both delicate and bold impressions. This sturdy substrate was our first 100% cotton paper to be produced by an American mill. With a soft textured finish, it's ideal surface for graphite, pastel, colored pencil, and charcoal. This is Lenox cotton. So Lenox cotton, not watercolor. It's very smooth. The paper feels very nice. Definitely something that's being integrated. I already have one of these. I have some Lenox cotton. Haven't tried it. It's been in the studio for a while. You know where I got it? In an art box. Most likely a Petful pack box. Could have been an art snack. I don't know. I don't recall that far back, but I know I have one. But I'm still going to integrate this into the studio, because I know it is 100% cotton paper, and that's what I choose to work on most of the time. So I'm saving this. I have a Tombow Mono 0 eraser. Love this eraser with refills. I do have one. I am happy to integrate this into my supplies, because now I can have one in the studio and one in my bag that I take with me. Before I just had the one, so I'm excited to integrate that. This is a Sumo grip. It is a 0.9. I have to check my other one. I think the other one I have is a 0.7. I love these because they're just like, they feel so comfortable in your hand. They're short, chunky little mechanical pencils. And yeah, I find your hand doesn't cramp up so much. These are nice to use. That is probably going to stick around. So now also by Tombow, the Tombow Mono. This is a 3B and a 2H. I don't know. Are they worth holding on to? Guys, let me know if you see something that I'm like, oh, I might gift it, and you're like, no, you got to try that. Drop me a comment. These are also by Art Alternatives, and this is a woodless pencil set. I have so many sets of pencils in graphite that, yes, I could give these a try, but I think that I know someone who's really getting into sketching, and I think I'm actually going to gift these. I'm going to gift these, and these are not getting integrated into the studio because I just see them becoming a supply that sits there and rarely, if ever, gets used, and I don't want that to happen. So these are getting gifted. So that is that box. Shift this to the side. These may as well end up gifted. So many pencils. You saw they're going to go with the other pencils from earlier, but I don't know that they'll stick around for long. And last but not least was this box. And this had another, this is a Princeton Summits. This is not the Simmons Sapphire. They're so close. So every time I see these, Sapphire just has that little bit of different shimmer color to the barrel. Almost like a pearlescent. But the Princeton Summit, which is blue, and I do have a few other Princeton Summits, but I don't have this. And this is a size 10 round. This is definitely getting integrated. I will be testing and trying this out. I'm going to look up how much these are because, you know, I'm always looking for affordable watercolor brushes that you can use. I do have some other Princeton Summit brushes like this angle shader. I have this size 4 round. So I think this size 4 and that size 10 are going to be great for watercolor. So these are certainly, this is being integrated into the studio. I am popping it right into my roundabout. I will be using that soon. I got these Eco Line, again by Talons. Hand lettering, these are brush pens. I'm going to give these a try. We will see what I think. If it's something I don't feel I'm going to use a lot of, I may donate it because it's a set or gift it because it's a set. I do have a lot of brush pen markers. Again, like I said, we're going to see more about that coming up on the channel. So if you are interested in markers, you know, stick with us. Maybe hit that subscribe button and get notified when those videos do drop soon. It is something that I want to work on in the near future because I've pretty much integrated the supplies and you'll see them showing up in my background when I'm live streaming. But these, I'm going to try them. If I am not any more impressed than the plethora of markers that I have behind me now, then I will gift this set because I think it's a beautiful set to gift to someone that would love to use them on an everyday basis until they were used up. Which brings me to these. I got 2 more of the Tombow ABT, and these 2 are $4.51 and $5.35. I already have these. Yeah, these 2 are going to go into the gifted bin, and maybe I can start somebody else on their journey of loving Tombow markers or to give Tombow a try. I just don't see hanging on to too many duplicates, and I think I actually already have duplicates of these 2 markers specifically because for whatever reason, I just kept getting them in art boxes repeatedly. I got the set of blues, then I got 2 that were loose, and now I have these 2 that are loose. And yeah, so these are going in my gift bag. These will be gifted or donated. Then I have the Seth Cole watercolor paper. It is 140 pound, heavyweight, acid free, 12 sheets in this, 9 by 12. I think I've used the Seth Cole before that I got in an art box. I may have this exact pad. I will be checking that out. This does not say 100% cotton. So I'm going to look at it. This does say laser, inkjet, and Xerox compatible. That might be the only thing that might make me want to hold on to it. If this would actually, a piece of this would go through my laser printer just fine, to where I could print some line art on it, then I might save it. But I think I have a pad of this already that I can test out. And yeah, if I can't put it through my particular laser printer, then this pad will probably be gifted with the set of brush pens. I don't know how you guys feel about, getting all the art boxes just to end up gifting pieces and parts of them away. I think that gifting them is or donating them is one of the best things that I can do, especially if it's a gift. I was going to buy something for the person anyway. So by utilizing things that I might not like from an art box to gift it to someone who may love it, I think that was worth it. But now let's talk about the art boxes. I am not receiving any art boxes anymore. And I did have one other box. If you saw the intro and you're going, but wait a minute, there was a sketch box. There was a sketch box. This was one of the ones that I received when I built my own. And I recently had come out saying that I thought the build your own sketch box was the best choice, because if you're going to get a sketch box, building it yourself, curating it yourself, choosing the contents in your box, if you would, you're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to have, like me, with all of those supplies, half of them where you're saying, I am going to donate or gift these because I just won't find joy. And you know what? Maybe I've tried it before. I have tried a lot of those things before from other art boxes, and I just know that I don't enjoy them. They're not bad products. I just don't enjoy them. So I'm going to gift them to an artist who would love them. And I'm okay with that. But maybe you don't want to deal with getting a bunch of supplies that you're less than enthused about. What can happen? You end up with a great big pile of art boxes that are left unopened because you don't have the time, are less than enthused about the contents, or just plain don't like what's in the box. And so you decide I'm going to set that aside. Maybe I'll come back to it later. But do we come back to it later? No. And the next thing you know, another box comes and another box comes. If you've had boxes piling up, maybe not to the extent that I did here in the studio, let me know. Drop me a comment below and let me know. For now, creating your own sketch box, if you want, a box of art supplies, I think that's a great value. I would love for you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because coming very soon, I am going to introduce you to a whole new take, if you would, on the art box. And I cannot wait to share that with you. It is brand new. You have not heard of it before. You have not seen it advertised. It's going to be unique to the channel here. I can't wait to share that with you. I hope you will stay tuned. But for now, my friends, I feel liberated. So many art supplies are going into the studio or going to be donated to start someone else's year off with some joy and creativity. And now I can take and recycle all of those boxes. I have freed up so much space in my studio. There's new things to come. I have lots in store for you in 2024. I am very excited. I hope you'll stick with me. Until next time, my friends, I'll pop a video up right here that you might like to watch next. Keep creating, and I'll see you in a video real soon. Happy New Year. Bye-bye, everybody.